Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post, man. You already know the vibes. And it's Wednesday, so you already know what that means. It's time to light the fuse, bring the boom, kaboom, collide, whatever the fuck. It's time for AEW Dynamite, the AEW Dynamite review. And you know, the Continental Classic is rolling on, man. We got a lot of things going on. The Devil Squad is out here attacking people. We don't know who these mystery men are. We got Roderick Strong destroying his wheelchair. You got Timeless Tony Storm, you know, turning everything black and white. We got a lot going on. But we gotta kick this show off with Samoa Joe. He's in the middle of the ring, man. He wants answers. He's confused, man. He said his whole purpose, his whole responsibility was to look out for MJF, not because he likes him, not because he cares about him, not because he's a good person, but because that's his meal ticket, man. That's his main event match at World's End. So, with the Devil Squad attacking MJF, or allegedly attacking MJF, Samoa Joe said he did some investigation, man. He did the thing that Dominic Toretto did in the Fast and Furious, when he went to the crime scene and started like analyzing everything. He went full Batman, and he said that he saw that the broken beer bottle from a certain cowboy's favorite brand of beer. He smelled the smell of cheap cologne and disappointment, and he figured out it was Hangman Page. And before Samoa Joe could get too much into these accusations, Hangman himself came out and said, "Listen, you really think that he's the one that's behind this? You think he really cares about, you know, paintball and video games and all the stuff that Adam Cole and MJF are involved in? He doesn't care about none of that." And before they can get too deep involved into their conversation, you have Roderick Strong of the Kingdom coming out. He's yelling, "Adam and Samoa Joe." And Roddy's still going on his campaign of saying that, you know, MJF is the devil. Like he's trying to show Samoa Joe the light, the light of neck strength and everything. The fact that he believes that MJF is the devil. And, you know, hey man, he doesn't care about none of this. He just wants to fight. And this leads us into our opening contest between Roderick Strong and Hangman Adam Page. And as much as I love the neck strong stuff, as much as I love, Roddy in the wheelchair and him yelling people's names and him just being a complete pain in the ass, I miss seeing Roderick Strong wrestle. Like, he is legit one of the best wrestlers in AEW and possibly one of the best wrestlers in the world. And this match, really showed that. And it showed how good Hangman was as well. And the thing that commentary kept notating was the fact that you have a more aggressive style from Hangman. And he's been more aggressive ever since his Texas Death match with Swerve. And, that was very relevant. It made a whole lot of sense. You had Hangman biting Roddy in the face and all these types of things. And it looked like, Roddy and the Kingdom were going to get the upper hand because it was a numbers game. It was like 3 of them, 1 of Hangman. But Hangman was able to overcome the odds. He beat Roddy with a dead eye, and I immediately started crying. I clutched my neck because I was concerned for Roddy's neck. His neck health is very important to me, and it should be very important to you. Leave a like, just to show your support for Roderick Strong's neck health, neck strong. And, Hangman ended up getting the win. But this wasn't the last time we saw from Hangman. We're going to fast forward to the end of the show. You see Hangman, leaving the arena. And he's attacked by the devil and his goons. By Retribution, by Antifa, by we, by they, by Aces and Eights, by the Ninjas, by the Nexus, by the Shield, whoever these masked men are. And Hangman, he's throwing some hands. He's doing a good job of holding his own. But again, it's the numbers game. It's like 4 of them with the devil getting out of the car, looking at his goons, and he gives them a little head nod. And 2 of the guys proceed to choke slam Hangman through the windshield of the devil's car. Now, a lot of people once again are speculating, is real glass. paying homage to Jack Perry. So a lot of people are thinking it's MJF. Some people are thinking it's Adam Cole. But a name that's been coming up a lot lately is Jack Perry, with the fact that he's used real glass to throw they claim through a window, real glass to beat MJF over the head with a beer bottle, and now real glass to attack Hangman. So it makes sense why people would jump to the conclusion of Jack Perry, and I can understand that. My whole thing is, where was MJF in all this? How come we didn't see MJF? How come we didn't get an update of his condition? Because he did get attacked, but we never got an update as to how MJF is doing. Is he okay? Did he get a concussion? Did he get what was his condition? We didn't hear anything about him. So I'm starting to think that maybe it is MJF. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong, but I'm starting to think MJF is the devil. This whole thing is just MJF, getting attention or whatever, and he's the devil. Or it could be Jack Perry, or it could be Carmelo Hayes. I don't know who it is, but we're gonna find out hopefully soon. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But as far as the rest of the show, man, we had more matches for the Continental Classic. We had a dope match between Andrade and Brody King. And it's really cool to see Brody King in action, in singles action. And I think this is the first time we've seen Andrade on Dynamite. The last time we saw Andrade on Dynamite, I kid you not, was when Dragon Lee was still, loosely affiliated with LFI. He was still a free agent. He wasn't with WWE yet. This was before the WWE and NXT and him being the North American champion. That's how long it's been since Andrade has been on Dynamite. Can you freaking believe it? It's crazy. But, Andrade's the man. Commentary put over the fact he's getting bigger, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's looking more in shape. Like, he's always been an in shape guy, but he's just getting bigger. He's getting jacked. And these two dudes just threw hands, through knees, through bodies, elbows, whatever it was. Andrade ended up getting the win because, he used the exposed turnbuckle and got the win and got his points and beat Brody King. So, that was a good look. Andrade, he's getting his points up. And also in action, we had Roosh taking on Jay Lethal. Had Roosh choking out Jay Lethal to get his points. I think he has 9 points now. Jay Lethal has 0, a goose egg, nada, nothing, no points for Jay Lethal. And after the match, Jay Lethal's looking disgusted. He's, Planet Jarrett's coming out there, they're coming out to console Jay Lethal, but he's looking really just upset and disappointed by the fact that he's a loser. He has 0 points. There's no reason for him to be in this tournament. He's a big, fat, bald-headed loser. I'm just playing slightly, but he didn't lose his match, and he has no points. Speaking of no points, Mark Briscoe lost to Jay White. Another man who has 0 points. Jay White's rolling. He's on a roll. He's getting his points up as well. And it's like, bro, what is the whole entire point of Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal? I mean, I understand that you do have to have those guys in the match or in the tournament that do have to take those falls, but god damn, like 0 points. Like, Mark Briscoe was a favorite going into this, and Jay Lethal not so much, but still, man, he didn't get none. He's got nothing, no points at all. That's crazy, and it is what it is, man. But going into our main event, we had the two top dogs in this tournament, 2 men who were undefeated, so at the end of this night, somebody had to take their loss, somebody had to take one, somebody had to give one. We had Jon Moxley taking on Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. And this was a good match. This is one of those matches where it's like, it was good, but I want a little bit more, man. I wouldn't mind seeing a feud with these two going forward, and I hope they kind of tease that a little bit, And this match was interesting, but between 2 interesting dudes. You had Moxley kissing Swerve on the face, and Swerve reciprocating by kissing him back on the face. I'm like, oh, that's sweet, different type of code of honor, whatever, it is what it is. But, good match all around, man. Swerve stomps and pile drivers and moves to the outside, Jon Moxley ended up getting the win with the most devastating move in all sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up. But the thing is, the way Swerve was, rolled up, one of his shoulders was up. So, this could either, lead to something in the tournament or something going on in the future. Swerve looked disappointed and shocked. Jon Moxley was flipping everybody off, vintage Jon Moxley. So, man, Jon Moxley officially has 12 points. He is the top dog in the tournament. He's leading the way. looking like a heavy favorite, man. He was looking unstoppable. He was looking like an absolute beast in this tournament. So, good for Jon Moxley. Outside of those things that I just talked about, the rest of Dynamite was kind of, okay to... So we had a backstage segment with the Von Erich family. They're saying how much they love AEW and they're happy to be here. And then out of nowhere, you had Orange Cassidy pull up and he says, "Hey, I'm having a match this Friday on Rampage. You guys want to team with me?" And Danhausen and I think it was what's that boy's name, Trent. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" So they're gonna have a trios match this Friday on Rampage. Whoop-de-doo, cool. No interaction with Christian. I don't care. Speaking of something I don't care about, you had the damn Golden Jets come out. And the whole time I'm like, yo, can we just get this whole thing over with the Golden Jets, man? Kenny Omega had a match on Collision this past Saturday, and I'm like, I miss singles wrestler Kenny Omega. I wanted to see him do more stuff with the AEW Championship. I want to see him, wrestle. I want to see Kenny Omega beat Kenny Omega. Instead, we're seeing him being tied down with Chris Jericho and being the Golden Jets. And they call out Ricky Starks and Big Bill. And Ricky Starks was good in this segment. Big Bill was good in this segment. Hell, even Kenny Omega, who's not really that good on the mic, he was good in this segment. The person that was absolutely ass in this whole thing was Chris Jericho, man. He's busting out jokes from 2001. He's calling Ricky Starks and Big Bill the absolute assholes, and Rick and Dick. And there was even one joke that was so flat, it looked like a white girl's ass. He called them the absolute Rick Billy Starks or some stupid shit like that. And it's like, there's a women's wrestler in Ring of Honor named Billy Starks, so that made absolutely no sense. I'm like, okay, so we did get to the whole mission statement and the whole point of this program, which was, the Golden Jets taking on Big Bill and Ricky Starks at World and then for the Tag Team Championships. So, man, let's just get this over with. Even though I have a feeling this will not be over with. I said this a few weeks ago. I said this like a month or so ago. I have a feeling that the Golden Jets are going to be the new Tag Team Champions. And this thing is going to continue and it's going to go on. And I'm just going to be like, yo, free Kenny Omega from the clutches of the Jericho-verse. Don Callis, you're just as guilty as this and as everybody, man. You suck too. This whole thing sucks. I hate it. I don't like it, man. It makes me sick. It's making my hair go gray. I don't like it. Speaking of something else I don't like, we have the one women's match at the 9 o'clock hour, man. But on a good note, it was Riho, wrestling Ruby Soho, and you had Timeless Toni Storm on commentary. And we have a new layer to her gimmick. It's not just her, being the 1950s movie starlet or whatever. Apparently, due to the trauma of her losing the AEW Women's Championship the first time, she has suppressed the fact that she lost. She doesn't talk about it. She's trying to forget everything before, that loss. Because, you have Ruby Soho, a woman that she teamed up with, and the whole time they're like, that's Ruby Soho. And Toni Storm's like, that's not Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho's hair was green. And it's like, yo, that's totally Ruby Soho. We don't know it's not. So, apparently this is suppressed trauma. And she chooses to use the 1950s gimmick as her outlet. I don't know, psychology major or nothing like that, but, cool. But, this is a fun match between Ruby Soho and Riho. Riho, of course, gets the win. And I'm assuming this is leading to a match between Riho and Toni Storm at World's End. So, yeah, that's cool, I guess. But to end this on a positive note, we had a video package from Wardlow. Wardlow is still continuing to swear revenge on MJF. And this is why I kind of questioned the whole, is MJF the devil or not? Because it wouldn't make sense for MJF to be the devil if Wardlow is affiliated with these guys, because there's a big guy in the group, and that's clearly Wardlow. There's no hiding it. Wardlow is big as fuck, and there's a big as fuck guy in the group. So it really wouldn't make sense for MJF to be the devil and Wardlow swearing revenge on a man who he's once again aligned himself with. That wouldn't make any sense. So I guess it is Jack Perry, or maybe Adam Cole, or maybe the 1994 Denver Broncos. I don't fucking know. But I do know that Wardlow wants revenge on MJF, and he said he's going to bring the devil down to his knees or something, he said. So, that's a pretty cool thing. They're doing a good job of rebuilding Wardlow, with his revenge tour on MJF. So, yeah, man, overall, outside of the couple things I complained about, especially Chris Jericho stinking up the joint, Dynamite was a fun show, man. It's continuing to focus on the Continental Classic. It's continuing to build intrigue with this whole who is the devil storyline. So, it's fun. I enjoyed it. It gets the honorary W. What did you guys think of this week's episode of Dynamite? Who do you think the devil is? What did you think of that stinker promo that Chris Jericho cut? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Bees, I'm out. Peace.